Hello everyone. I thought to for Labor Day, I don't know if it'll be long term or not, as a new world, uh, that I would try the new update on a new world, because I don't think my old world has oceans, and the new update is really ocean related. Oh, but as you can see, new little character. I picked commoner, so no hunting stuff, but this is the new little seed, just for the new day. Um, let's get rid of this, since I know how to play. But the first 3 days, there's no monsters to spawn, and I just think the first 3 days will be what we do. See with the new update. There's a lot of water right here. It's not, definitely not an ocean, but it's kind of like a Great Lake. And there's a cool ruin over there. But let's just get slightly started. Make a little knife or so. And run around like crazy. First rule of business in a new world is usually you want a lot of cattails. I'll also take the roots just to relocate them wherever I decide I want to stay, in case this world may turn into a long-term world of sorts. My other world, I still have projects I want to finish before I dive into a new world. Wolf noises. But like in the other world, I still want to make a windmill and 2 more houses or so before I jump to something else. And since the update added a lot of ocean stuff, I'm thinking maybe a new world. And once I finish those tasks I want to do, that'll be the end of my first little vintage story series. And then I may start another one that may be this world, who knows. But it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, if you're new to Vintage Story, or you just want to start watching New Vintage Story because of the update, this is the beginning. It's very slow in the beginning of Vintage Story. There's these basket slots right here that you make baskets out of that actually expand your inventory here. And that's what I'm gathering the cattails for are. They're one of the earliest resources you can use to create little handbags of sorts. But it's actually pretty nice here in this spot. It is medium fertility soil and everything. There's just no trees around. I am curious because I haven't really gotten into a big water source in my other world. But water crowfoot. Interesting. This is already added before the update, so I know what it is. I can see it up close, a lot of it though, because this lake is big. I do like the texture of it, it's very nice. Especially the ones that actually have flowers on it. But supposedly I should be able to find an ocean somewhere. We can go running around in a moment. If I hover over this and press H, I should be able to see how to make stuff. And what I want now is this. It's little hand baskets. I still need 8 more cattails. Now I did slightly mess with the settings to this world. I made the block height a bit taller. Usually the max block height is 256, but I made it 320. And then I added a little bit more tool durability because I know I like using the beginner resource tools, even though it's not the fastest things. I just kind of like the aesthetic of using them, and so I like having the durability on them. And then, well, that's our bags. I changed one more thing. It was a 3-day grace period, I think. I think that was all, really. I didn't change anything about structures or food, spoilage rate, or anything. But you can change all of that in your little menus in the beginning. I don't know if running around is really my brightest idea, since I haven't found food. Hey! Obsidian. This is cool. It makes a lot stronger tools. I think it's the strongest tool you can make. I see a wolf there though, so I'm gonna evacuate. Oh no, I remember what setting I changed. I made days longer, so seasons should last longer. Because I really like, every season changes something slightly, and I just like seeing that change last longer. I'm gonna not go near that pup. Don't want to get attacked by a wolf. Hey, and I hear bees. Is it this tree? Or is it this other tree? I can't really see it that well. I'll just mark it. I see bees. You can you can press M to expand the tiny map. And then you can have all these little markers that you do. But I'll just put that there. This is my first time seeing basalt. Oh, and there's boars. A sow and a boar. Oh, there's one here too. Double bees. Oh, jack-o'-lantern. There's a mushroom called jack-o'-lantern? Oh, -6 HP. Not the best idea. Oh, jeez. Hi, dog. There's lots of bees around here, surprisingly. Gold drop milk cap. Does this give negative HP? It does. Okay. So there are cool mushrooms in that area, but they just kind of poisonous. Anyway, let's explore other things. Loose flint is always nice. Just a little piglet. In the beginning of vintage story worlds, usually you want to wander around, try to find spots that are nice. Rainfall, you can press C to open up your character menu. Rainfall is usually nice to see. I don't like when it's very common rainfall though. I made a house in my other world in an area with too much rainfall, and I didn't enjoy it too much. The sounds are nice, it's just very gloomy and dark all the time, which is not my favorite. But you can run around. I haven't seen anything yet. We've seen a lot of fern variants and flower variants, but you should be able to find plants. Wild plants of sorts. Oh, here's more obsidian. But I haven't really seen any. They kind of have a very similar texture to grass, which makes it hard to differentiate. Sorry about that. Sometimes when I close the menus, it just moves my camera. And I don't know how to really address the problem to the creators. It's a little difficult to describe. Over there, I think there's a bear. That was a big animal that we see moving. So I don't want to go over there. Is this tool? It is tool. Okay. Tool is... Sorry, mushroom. And dog. Are these good? These are good. Okay. I'll mark mushrooms then. What was I saying? I'd like totally lost my train of thought while marking that. I don't remember. Oh wait, tool. So, oh, copper. Tool is used to get thatch, and thatch can be... It's basically just a roofing item that you can make roofs with. It's not really good for anything else. This might be like a kind of ocean. Supposedly they added coral. I can't really tell if it's an ocean or not, because I don't see anything different besides the crow's foot. So if it isn't an ocean, it's a very big lake. But I'm still in wandering era, because it's early first day. You should be running around first day to see if you can find anything cool. Luckily I'm seeing a lot of obsidian stuff, which is a good stone for nice tools. What is this rock? Basalt. Sometimes you can run across these ruin-like structures, and if you dig under them or around them, you can see like bony soil in basements and stuff. I'll just mark this, that there's a little structure. It's not a cracked vessel, or at least maybe if I dig and find something under it, there might be a cracked vessel. Cracked vessels usually give like seeds and nice equipment, but I don't see any. Here's some clay. I think there's a different marker for clay. I'll just use this one. I'm still surprised I haven't found any plants. I'm trying to keep a good lookout for plants, and I'm not seeing any. I'm seeing more mushrooms than I am plants. But marking mushrooms is a good idea. I know that these ones are a good mushroom. They don't hurt or lose health. But mushrooms will spawn every so often after a certain condition is met, like after it rains, a mushroom will spawn, maybe, and so on. But early on, the best food source, this is your food bar, the best food source that you can have is berries, unless you find fully grown plants, which are nice. I'm not seeing any. Usually you don't want to break the flowering ones, like these ones. You want to wait till they're fully grown. But personally, I'm just gonna plant a big berry field wherever I want to stay in the future. And this area is going to be really difficult to search for plants because it's bushes, bushes, everywhere bushes. let's see. I'll just gather the stones I come across. Because if I don't use them for tools, I'll use them for building later anyway. So it's good to gather. Oh, there's so much foliage everywhere. I like that there's a lot of ferns because I like decorating with ferns. Those ruins, they are ruins. Okay. Well, instead of doing plants right now, let's just eat these mushrooms. Were these good? Yeah. I'll throw out the mushrooms that weren't the best for me. Oh, there's wolf pup. I don't want to hang around that then. But I will mark these, that there's ruins here. I was going to try and dig them up, but if there's a wolf pup, that means there's a wolf parent, which we did kind of see there. And they can be very easy to anger. It's also a good idea to mark these caves that are very big. But yeah, I just thought today I may try a new world and record it since I'm here. Let's mark that there was copper orbits right here. And we try the new update a bit more on a different world generation. This one I don't hear or see a wolf pup, so we can actually try to do something with it. I'll just use the flint for now to make a little shovel instead of obsidian. You can also press T and use your mouse like this. I don't really love doing it that way. I like actually doing it with moving my character's head, although that can be a little jarring for some people. So it depends on how you want to do it. Oh, there's bony soil. This can give you lore, like lore information. If you pan for it, you can make a pan. I don't think I can make a pan out of sticks, or at least I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head. But that's something. And more obsidian. There's so much obsidian around. And a lot of these little kind of not ruins. There are different variations of ruins. These are kind of just pillars that may have bony soil in the middle of them. But it's preferably easier to find vases and things in the ruins that are kind of more house-shaped, like the ones that were by that little water area. But I didn't want to explore those fully because there was a wolf pup around. And I did not feel like getting two-shot by a wolf. Let's see. And here, these are very nice mushrooms. I'm gonna make a... You know what? We'll do obsidian. This is a more heavy stone, so you actually have to use 2 of these and shift right click both of them. Because you can't break obsidian with flint, you have to break obsidian with obsidian or another kind of heavy stone to actually make it work. It doesn't use both, but it requires you to have to actually use. Let's mark mushrooms white for field. These puffball mushrooms. These don't hurt your health at all. They're very good mushrooms. Most mushrooms that aren't in the forest are usually pretty good and not poisonous, but you can always look and check to see if they lower your health or anything. And I should also probably get like grass and firewood. Early game you can nap an axe out of stone, but not a pickaxe. A pickaxe requires you to have an ore and a whole different process of making to get a pickaxe than napping, which is what I've been doing to get these knives and the shovel that I made. Now we're just eating berries because my hunger's not doing great. It'd be really nice if I found some kind of nice food stores that I can actually gather that gives me seeds. Because once you get seeds, you should probably try and plant them as fast as possible. Because when winter comes around, you're gonna have some problems with your food production. Because you can't grow most crops. Okay. But this is a nice cool ruin. I've seen one of these in my previous world. It's kind of like a claw. Oh, hey. This one actually has a broken vase. This is what a broken vessel looks like, or a cracked vessel. This one's going to give me ore, so I'm not going to break it, because I don't have the inventory space for it. But I'll add on that it's ore into its name. It is getting dark, though. So let's go do this. Oh, I hear wolf. Let's not do it around here. Forests are dangerous. Oh, here's the crops I've been talking about. Forests are dangerous because bears like to spawn here, and wolves, and they will attack you. They're not the nicest to be around. Oh, camera thing. Lots of stones around this tree. But usually, in the beginning, you want to make an axe like this. Oh, I like that the outline is nice for the obsidian. It makes it easier to deal with. And your first tree, this maple or the birch trees, the whitish trees, are much nicer to chop down. They shouldn't take too much to chop down. It just takes a second. As we'll come to notice with this tree. But then you can make some firewood by putting the log under the axe in your crafting table. And is this edible? No, it's not. Why do I have it in my inventory? And then using a knife, you can cut this grass and make a little thing. Now I'm gonna need more grass. But once you have a little placed dry grass, you can put some firewood on it, and that will make a fire pit. But to start a fire pit, we need this fire starter. I thought I need more dry grass for it. But you just do this for a second on the fire, and it'll light it up. Okay, I do need another dry grass though for a torch. This will make me a torch, and I can use the fire pit to light it, and I now can carry this in my offhand. I didn't collect that firewood fast enough. Oh, bye-bye onions. I actually wanted those. I'm just gonna eat them now. I probably shouldn't be eating them now, but it's okay. Now, nighttime, you usually don't want to be outside in the open, but I have set a grace period so no weird monsters are gonna attack me. It'll just be very dark for your viewing experience because OBS likes to make everything darker, or so I've noticed. And I'll just be out here collecting stuff, which is probably what you should be doing on your first day still. But even then, I think I should try and get some more cattails so I can get a basket down. Kind of like a normal basket that I can hold. I'm gonna put this down for a second. And I'm gonna mark that there's peat here. Peat is a flammable soil that you can use for higher temperature cooking and stuff. That won't really... You may not be getting there on your first day or so. I'm also gonna put this firewood here. But again, cattails, very useful. I can use them to make not a full-on basket, but a container for storage that will be useful. I'm gonna try not to get too far from my torch so you guys can still see. But I think I need 18. So it's not this reed basket, but it's a chest, a reed chest. Yeah, I need 18. Let's stack these berries again. And put this in my offhand. Now I probably should have gathered more reeds and stuff earlier. But I wanted to try and explore and find some seeds, which didn't really happen. We did find the onions before the sun went down though, which was slightly nice. But those were, there's different types of crops that grow in different nutrient soil. This one uses potassium, I'm pretty sure. Required nutrient P. Each soil has a different variant. This is medium fertility soil, so it holds a bit more nutrients than low fertility soil. And then there's a high variant of soil, which is very rare to find and see. And then there's a craftable one that you may find or get at a ruin called Terra Preta. I'm full on basalt stones. Let's not get any more of those. And Terra Preta is the best soil to use for planting and crops. But what I was mostly looking for was grains. I wanted to try and find flax or other sorts of seeds. But it is very dark to really do anything. Currently, it is 22, so it's almost midnight, basically. Once it hits 4 p.m., well, I mean 4 a.m., in the spring years, it actually gets pretty... The sun should be up again. The sun rises at an early time during spring, usually around 4. I don't see anything I can do, really. I'll just slowly go towards these bodies of waters that I can see and hope that there's cattails. I'm not gonna go in any of the big ones. If you go in too deep wide water, it'll put out your torch. I hear a wolf. So let's maybe not go that way. Oh, here's a cattail. That's not my knife. You can harvest them with your hand. You can't harvest the bottom of plants, like cattails and tulle, with your hand. They won't give you them. Unless they change that in the newest update. Let's see what happens. And this video might come out later than I usually post. Usually I post at 4 on the weekdays, except Saturday and Sunday, which is my little weekend of I hang out with people and I don't record. But today is busy. It was a holiday in America, so I started off doing a lot of things. I still have a lot to do, but I wanted a little break, and I'm gonna record. So that's where this video comes in. And I wanted to try the new update in a different world, as I said. So far, this world is pretty decent. It's not like my favorite world that I've seen, but it's not a bad world. Let's get our food to the hot bar. And I'll just place this low fertility soil here, since it'll clear up a little bit of space. Not a lot, but a little bit, which is nice. And now you can look at the map. We haven't really seen an ocean. If I go more south, it's a different kind of... Oh, that's not south. Biome. The color kind of changes into sandish 2 days before monsters begin to appear. So that means it's hit midnight. But if I head down here, eventually the color on the map will change slightly. Yeah, like right here-ish. The colors changed a little bit. I'm assuming the soil is low. Yeah. Low fertility soil. Is this cranberry? I'll take that. I have cranberry bushes on me. Oh. We found some copper. Oh, whoa. Lots of copper. I guess we could set up a tiny little makeshift area here, just for now. I'll put a chest here with all of this stuff, some firewood, and then my cattail roots. Oh, hi, wolf. Oh, geez. Yep, I kind of expected that to happen. I expected that to happen sooner. But they actually got pretty close before getting angry. And I have to run for a minute because that one is very agitated with me. I'm surprised the other one was actually pretty calm, but then the one right next to it, who's behind it, who came after, was very angry. Angry doggo. I'm pretty sure you can have a pet wolf. I haven't figured that out fully. You can sell baby wolf pups to merchant traders who you'll sometimes come across on the map. I don't really see anything indicating that there are any. I do see weird dark soil over here though, which could be high fertility soil or something interesting. Let's check. I'm like right on it. Maybe it's just this little water spot is set on the map weird. Possibly because it's dark. But lots of obsidian. And here's some little raccoons. I think. Yeah, raccoon pups. I didn't know baby raccoons were called raccoon pups. Let's mark these. Currently, I have some ideas that I think would be fun to actually see in Vintage Story later. It's still heavy in development. The first big one update has already happened, so it's basically a playable game that has a cohesive story. I haven't really gone through the lore yet. In my other world, I haven't found any bony soil at all, which is something I'd like to do. But you can get to the Steel Age. So currently, it's kind of like we're in a hunting-gathering stage, and then you can progress into the Copper stage or era, and then Bronze, Iron, and Steel. I think there's something after Steel, I just don't really know what it is. And I'm pretty sure there's a story. If you find a certain type of trader, like an adventurer trader, you can start a storyline that you can go on. I haven't found that in my other world either. But now it is almost close to 4, so it's getting brighter, which is nice. I won't have to hold the torch up. I think having something in my offhand makes my food deplete faster. I haven't seen any more plants to harvest from. Like any grains, onions, carrots, or turnips. Or maybe I've passed them and you guys have seen them, but I haven't, which is also a possibility. There's more obsidian. There's so much obsidian in this world. I've never really come across obsidian. My other world is more of a pine forest. Oh, here's some crops. But my other world's pine forest with lots of, oh, what's the stone type? Sandstone. Lots of sandstone. Which currently isn't my favorite color of stone. I like the darker stone varieties. So it's actually nice to see stuff like basalt. I think that noise was a bear, so I'm actually gonna not go that way. There's another berry bush, I think. Yeah. Lots of cranberry bushes. Cranberry bushes have been my best friend. There's also blueberry and currant berry. I don't think I've seen the currant berry bushes or blueberry bushes at all in this world. I don't have a whole stack. I might as well grab these. But the food doesn't really like to stack if you harvest it on different days. It has different spoilage rates or perishable rates. More obsidian. Okay. Let's get that out of my hotbar. I really love the look of red top grass. Although it kind of looks like a grain. I'm still surprised I haven't seen a grain. Over there it semi looks like a grain, but I'm pretty sure those are just cinnamon ferns. Or extra cattails. Let's see. I might go this way. That way is to a forest though, which... I don't know. I may regret it. But in this game, you can actually create different types of worlds where you want one without monsters or you want one with more difficult monsters. Whatever kind you prefer. It's very open-ended to that sort of thing. A lot of early game is exploring and marking, and even late game is as well. Oh, hey! This is the red currant bush I was talking about. There's a white variant, a black variant. I don't know if there's any others, but there's white and black. The one thing about berry bushes you have to look out for is that, as you heard, raccoons like to harvest from them and eat from them. So if you want to use them for a food source, you should probably fence them off. And I think currant bushes or currant berries are spoil a lot faster. Yeah, cranberries last for almost double the time that currant berries last. Even if it's a different variant, like a white one or a black one. Oh, and there's the black one. Well, that's a full inventory again. I'm gonna go harvest some more cattails. Probably go this way while I do. The mountains look different. Oh. So here's the grains, but they kind of blend in with the grass sometimes. This rye doesn't really blend in with this grass though. I'll mark it for later. I'm not gonna snatch it just yet. And here's a white currant bush. Let's just snatch these. And puffball mushrooms. If there's nothing else, if you don't have room in your inventory, I think they'll stack with the ones, even though they might not have the same perishing date. They'll stack, and you can just forcibly stack them together if they don't stack, which is also nice. Let's see, where is mushroom? There we go. Now that spot over here on the map looks oddly flat, which I'm just slightly curious about. That cave is cool. Weird. It just looks oddly flat. But it's medium fertility soil, so it should be the same color. Kinda odd. And then there's peat right here. And more rye over there. Okay. Now we're actually getting somewhere where I can see the crops. Personally, flax is your best friend. It's a different type of grain that when you pick it up, the grain is very red. And it drops flax fibers, which are very useful throughout the whole game. Interesting. Shirt. Oh, here's cattails. That's wonderful. I have cattails on me. Okay, I'll need 10 more. And I can make one basket to put over here as a little come back and get this present for future me. I think that'll just be what we do this whole first episode, is explore and make little chests for future me if I return to the world to find. Until I find a place that I want to stay. I probably should find a place that I want to stay at the end of the episode, just so the monsters don't, like, kill me every day. But you can also kill the fish and have them for dinner. I haven't really found clay, but clay's a good source of stuff. For early game, you can make clay forming, which is kind of like napping, but you're building something instead of breaking it down. There's more stuff over there. Let's make a little... Actually, let's go to this rye and then put a chest down. Chests. Seeds. Berry bushes. Copper. Bony soil. And some other stuff. I might keep a bit of this obsidian though, just for tools. And I'll also gather more cattails for a future goodie basket for later. But sometimes you just need a little refresher on, a new start in a game. And so I thought I'd do that today. Which I'm bringing it up a lot, but it's just to re-emphasize that I'm not done with my other world yet, so if other people have liked my other world, don't worry, I am going back to it probably tomorrow. But today, I just wanted to try, see if I can see an ocean in a new vintage story world, which we haven't. I'm gonna mark this as a quartz. Nope. My mouse pad wanted to try and fall off the desk. I'll gather some more cattails. I think 32 is when I'll stop gathering cattails, because that'll be another 2 chests for wherever I want to put my next little goodie basket. Is there 2 more cattails around here? No? Okay. Oh, here it is. Here's some flax. This is what you want, is the flax fibers. Okay, it's a bit more orangish. Probably because it's spring. But later seasons it looks a lot more red, I think. Is there any more around that I can see? There's some more rye. That one didn't give me anything. That one didn't give me any seeds either. It's not a guarantee to drop seeds. The wild crops aren't, unless they're fully matured. I think using a knife improves the chance of getting the seeds, but not fully. Some more cattails though. And we'll just keep going. Hey, onions. Okay. Well, the music stopped, and that's very sad. The music is very nice in this game. More flax. Lucky. I think having the level of the crop be a bit higher also helps. Even if it's not fully matured, but if it's higher level, like I think flax was out of 8. I think 7 out of 8 also is a higher chance of giving the seeds, which is nice. There's something over here, spelt. That didn't give me anything, but that was actually a high level. It was 8 out of 9. It didn't give me a seed. That one was 2. What the heck? That one was fully grown though. That's nice. Huh? Common rainfall area. Let's see what we can find here. Oh, carrots. 1 seed. And knife again. There we go. Oh. 2 seeds. That was really sad. In my other world, I always tried to wait until they fully matured to harvest them, and I'm probably still going to do that. But starting over in a new world, I think it might be more fruitful just to break them now to get a seed. in hopes of getting one anyway. I keep on going in and out of the rain. It's kind of surprising because the whole sky is cloudy. Over here it seems more severe though. Very common rainfall. That's why. More obsidian. Blue clay. I might as well also gather more basalt. I do actually really like the basalt texture and color. Mostly just color. It kind of remains the same texture no matter what stone you use. That's chert. I don't really love the chert. I think it's a better color than the sandstone in my opinion though. For a floor. What did I pick up? I guess a raccoon was looting that berry bush. Here's another ruin though. Oh, my inventory's full, that's why. Okay. One little goodie basket for me. I miscalculated how many I needed for that. Let's plant these cattails. Usually you want to dig to stone, but this is water. It's a bit annoying to deal with. So instead I'm just going to deal with the cattails to get more chests. And I'll put the cattail roots in my chest as well. I do need... There we go. There you go. I'm a bit short on another chest, but that's okay. Oh, even more ruins. Oh. Uh-oh. We found a little remains. Poor person. Oh, and another one. Oh, lots. Jeez. Okay. That gave me cattails. Put some more stuff away for future me. And I'll just continue on the adventure. Do you guys think this is an ocean? Or at least connected to the ocean? It's pretty rainy still. That was just fun. Okay. Got some onions too. Whoa! Rye! Is that all? That was a small batch of rye. Is this peat? Yeah. Oh, I must have pressed caps lock. When I play Minecraft, caps lock is my sprint key, so I commonly press it instead of control in Vintage Story to run. Which, look out, because a new Minecraft video might come out soon. Maybe. Depends on if I finish working on the project or not. I need to start trying to finish it soon. But this is actually a pretty seed. Let's do this. There you go. Let's keep adventuring. Some more turnips. Oh, some copper. I actually really love water in Vintage Story because it's not just always on the same level. I think this water level is sea level though, But I do love that the terrain's kind of cliffy, or raised around it, and on that side it's not. It just adds a fun sense of depth to the game, especially world height generation. Gives a lot more interest. Oh, here's something. Spelt. The days in Vintage Story are also pretty long. I don't know if you can change them. I like how long they are. Oh, here's a trader. Is there anything around? By the way, prepare... There's no, like, specific volume menu where I can change the volume of the traders, but they're usually pretty loud. They look very fancy. Oh, yep, very loud. Furniture. Let's mark that, though. Oh. Is the shovel better for picking up seeds? That one gave me a seed. I think that was actually full quality. It could have given me a... maybe... Oh. It's also not good temporal here. I wish there was a gear marker so I could say bad temporal. But if your gear is turning and it's getting low, that means bad area. I am getting more seeds more commonly with the shovel. Interesting. Oh, here's copper. Running around has the advantage of finding a lot of copper, which is good for later in the early game. Anything else? More plants? Oh, there's some. Right, I wanted to use a shovel. Unless it's fully grown, I'm going to use a shovel. Okay, that one still gave me a... not a seed. So the shovel's not a perfect tool for picking up seeds. I was just getting lucky. Parsnips. And more grains. I wish there was some kind of... I mentioned it before in a previous video. In my actual playthrough, but I always was curious if they would add in the future some kind of gloves you could make or spawn with as a if you pick like a farmer class that would pick up seeds regardless of a wild crop's growth stage. That's what it was. Growth stage. That's the words. Because that would be awesome. Because I really like farming in this game. A lot. Oh, there's some more grains. There's also different climates that you can pick on world spawn where you spawn in. You can pick a colder climate, a warmer climate, or a temperate climate, which is just normal. I chose temperate. I pressed caps lock again. But temperate's kind of the best for most farming stuff. Some farming stuff can only be grown in the warmer climate, like rice is one that really loves warm climate. But yeah, it's interesting. If I go back there, that is one of my other goodie bags. I'm curious though if there's snow on those mountains or not. In the distance, they looked like there was kind of snowy-like things on them. And that's kind of why I headed towards here in the beginning, was because I wanted to see snow on the mountains. Oh. Thunder. But I do kind of like this spot, and over there. And the chert cobble is actually much nicer than I thought initially, based on just the rock texture. Let's see what other seeds I can put in there. Almost every seed. I can make another basket. Just for the seeds. And then for the foods. Onions are also foods. And then the other random stuff. But I think for now in this episode, this will be my little spot where I stay. And I will go over to the other spots I've seen and try to get the other goodie bags that I put down and gather them all up in this area. Interesting. Random obsidian down there. Where is... I've marked several spots of rye. They're way down there. Jeez. I'll go down this way and maybe I'll see more crops. But it is going to get dark. Very, very dark. And Pete. Oh, look at all this red top grass. It's so nice. Oh. And some flax around. Very commonly, there's more than one piece of grain or crop around. So if you just find one, it's very rare that it's alone. I found a couple of those in my previous world though, I think. Oh, and there's some more down here. And sometimes if it's on a cliff, it could be way up top, is where the rest of it is. You see the ones at the bottom, but you don't see the ones rest. There's another one. Oop. I think that's just a bush, yeah. Just a bush. Now it's dark, so let's go quick. And hopefully those wolves and the wolf pup aren't around the other little area made. I think I'm gonna go down and around the mountain, not through the mountain. Through the mountain's a bit more annoying. Oh, and here's another trader. So often I've seen a lot of crops spawn around traders. Interestingly enough. Prepare for loud volume. Survival goods trader. I think this is the guy who gives you the quest. I think this one. Know of any interesting work out here? I could also, if I wanted, just sleep in his bed. If I wanted. Could be nice. Let's do it quickly, just until like 4. And that is one more day until the world spices up. Up, up. Oh, it didn't let me get up sooner. Pressing shift is supposed to get you out of bed earlier, but sometimes it's finicky for me, and it doesn't work immediately. You can also try and steal stuff from the trader, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't allow you to break blocks by the trader or place blocks by the trader much. Oh, dead hair. Nothing. You can get bones though. Let's see. There's a rabbit in a cave. I'll mark this cave. No, not ladder. Cave. There we go. Now, where is the rye? The rye is very far to my right. But if you keep going straight down, I'll find the goodies. A goodie basket. Okay. It's very, very rainy. And I think this biome just has much volcanic activity or something, because there's so much obsidian everywhere. I do like this biome a lot more because it's not constantly raining, but geez, is it bright after getting out of rain. And I'm curious if that's a fruit tree. Kind of looks like a fruit tree. The log is very thin. Yeah, it must be a fruit tree. It's thin. Young pink apple tree. Okay. There we go. I'm marking this area for cattails just because there are so many. It'd be a shame if I had a problem with cattails and I didn't come over here to get a lot more. But let's keep going. Back to the other spot to claim our previous treasure trove. And mark quartz. Quartz is good slightly later. Currently I'm in a game, well, in my other world, I'm in a game spot where I would like quartz because it makes glass. It requires a high temperature to make nice glass that doesn't look foggy when you look through it. Oh, whoa. Ruins. Oh, cracked vessel. Tool. Tin bronze and a shovel. That's awesome. Tin bronze axe. Jeez. I was going this way. Because this might be the copper that has the treasure trove chest. No? Yes, it does. Okay. I'm gonna put these bones down. And what else can I put down? I don't particularly need the fire starter. Okay, but that was that. I do actually really like that forest. Let's put this obsidian. And mark clay. No matter what state you are in the game, you could always use clay, I think. Clay and sticks. Because clay makes lots of pottery things, and late game you actually have options to choose different colors of pottery stuff. Because I think in the game currently, if you want different colors of pottery, you need different temperatures. In a specific made spot that can host high temperatures. That I haven't done in my other world yet either. So I'm definitely going back to the other world. But it was nice to see all this stuff. And once I think I'm done with my projects in the other world, and I am happy with what I've accomplished and seen and everything, I may do a second playthrough in this one. I just wanted to see if we could get the ocean, which I don't think we did. But it was good regardless. But for future me, I am going to know that I like this stone and I want a lot of it. Oh. Fly agaric. Very red mushroom. It might be poisonous, so I'm not gonna try and make inventory room for it, but I will mark it. That I already marked quartz. Quartz veins are usually very thin but very long, spread out veins. So if you see a lot of quartz like that, you should know it's probably the same vein and you don't need to mark it again. Did I also have a goodie basket over here? No. I just never really marked this. Okay. For future reference, whenever I come back to this world, there's stuff there. Oh. And turnips. Let's go back in the rainy biome. Oh, I need more spelt. Or flax. It's flax. So many things that I like missed early on. Maybe they just didn't spawn in and was taking them a bit to spawn in. There's more over here as well. Pretty sure that's flax. And I think that's a deer. Big pit there. I guess I'll use the icon for chickens. I don't want to chase them out of that area though. That'd make it hard for me to find them later. Although if a wolf or a bear somehow gets over there, then bye. I think foxes might also get the chickens if foxes spawn there too. Which would not be the nicest thing. Now where is it? I have gone too far right. But I found more stuff out of it. 3 fully grown rye. Back to the rain. Maybe. It decides to rain. But I think once I drop this stuff off at the... with all the other things... What was that? Brown coal bits. Why? Oh, I'm hungry. Oh. Haha. I should eat. But But I think that was good progress. I think I'll end the episode once I get to the place. As I was saying before I lost my train of thought. Did I go too far? I did go too far. What the heck? So then I can get the episode out at a reasonable time. So I just check the time and it's practically the time I upload. So I want to try and still upload it the same time-ish. But as long as I'm finding things like these, I'm gonna mark them before I go. Do I not have cattail? Okay. I think that's okay to leave on. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the episode of me exploring in a new world for a bit. I don't think we saw any new stuff that's particular to the update, because there's no sea in this world, but yeah, it was fun while it lasted. A little thing with a lot of this stuff that I may come back to one day, or not. Don't know yet, but I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye!